Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing the GWS Giants vs Richmond game review, going through who went well, who didn't go so well. Oh well, I guess it's just the Tim Taranto show at this point in time. He's averaging like 130 odd in his last 5 or something ridiculous. And again, even though he was on about 116 with a minute or so to go, he ended up scoring 130 because that's wanted to, I guess, ruin my VC more of Nick Dacos, as he scored 114, and Tim Taranto with like 20 seconds left, even after the last goal was scored, was only about 2 or 3 ahead and ended up being 16 ahead in the end, something like that. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. Pretty sure I just double checked and the audio is fine now, so should be good. And now let's get into the video. So as you can see here, Ward top scored for the game, 134, had a huge, basically last 3 quarters of 115. Didn't really see this coming. It is annoying that I have Whitfield and Ward seems to always look like Whitfield. I swear I always get those two confused, so I'm really happy that someone, I think it's number 6, but it's actually number 8 Ward that's doing it. Even though I know they have different hair, it just looks the same given that it's like long bushy hair. And yeah, so he's went nuts and I thought, oh, this is good for Whitfield, but so sometimes I would get confused with them, etc. And yeah, so 134 from him. Briggs, for anyone that brought him in over Darcy, that was a good call. And it's going to be interesting with him how you do it, because he's gone absolutely nuts. To be honest, what's he now at? I'm going to say he's probably at 612. He went up 72k and has a break even of, I'm guessing it's going to be negative. Surely. Briggs has a break even of 12 now. So that's absolutely huge from him. And that 12, and if we look at Briggs also, you'll see here 3 games. So he's starting to build up that that break-even, I guess, that break-even game. So even a next game of 100 or whatever from him, and you'll see that break-even like go negative, and that'll be absolutely huge. But not for me, but good for anyone that brought him in, as he's going to gain 200k in these buy rounds. Tom Green, 115, low game from him, 45 points second quarter, absolutely huge, was on 68 at halftime, then had a little bit of a whiff in the third with a 17, but he'll be good. Cogs, 101, a guy that I'm going to target probably post-buy as 861k, he's gone down probably to around 850k now, and has, I typed in his nickname, Cornelio, 855k, and I'm guessing has a break-even of around 125. 108 for Cornelio, so clearly I don't know much. He must have had a stinker in the last game that caused him to go down, and yeah, 91, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drops a 101 out of his system for a 101, so I guess that doesn't matter, and resets with a 91, so that makes sense. Ash, 97 was huge, and then Whitfield, you see here, they added this well after the game because it was a kick in the 30th minute that it went out of bounds like 60 metres downfield, and it resulted, I think, in a GWS goal, but they just forgot to add it to Whitfield or anyone, even though it was clearly Whitfield that kicked it. So I was happy that they got that added after the game, up to 94, which is a good save from him, considering what was happening. Himmelberg down back is ruining his role, and I'm hoping that he can just pick it up in the next game they play. They play, who do they play? North Melbourne, so hopefully he just gets a role where he can just kick it for fun in Bloodstone Arena. Just kick mark game between him and Himmelberg would be fun. But yeah, 62 points second half saved him. I thought this was going to be a 60 or 70, but ended up being a 94, and you honestly take that with Whitfield. 820k he was, and he is 822k, so these break-evens are a little bit off, but they're within 3 or 4, I think. Hillberg, 91, O'Halloran, 87, Callahan, 85, Green, 74, 74, 70 for Buckley, Brown, Perryman, Perryman's 55, he has been so disappointing, Riccardi, 51, and Fahey, 17, even with a goal, that's pretty poor. Maybe not the guy that we thought he'd be. Honestly, should just be playing he should be playing though, that's the thing, but he's just not, and that's going to ruin his break even now of probably going to be close to 60 or so, I'm guessing. Fahey is break even of 70 now, so yeah, he's just not going to be good for the rest of the season, as that break even is never going to go up above below, I should say, like 20 or 25. Taranto 130, absolutely huge for the Tigers. 46 point last quarter, a 23 point first, and people thought, oh no, this is a bad. He was on 23 after 18 minutes, and people thought this was a bad thing when he came out, and he was on 23 8 minutes into the second quarter, but then absolutely went nuts and ended up with a 130, and yeah, that was ridiculous. Could have easily gone 150, and is definitely a captain or VC option every single week. I mean, if we look at Taranto now, his break-even's 117. He's got a break-even of 117. He could easily go 1.1 mil. And yeah, that's going to be ridiculous if he does go that. Revolt 105, he just took advantage of a good matchup and went ballistic. Nank 100, so for anyone that went Sean Darcy up to Nankervis, I don't think that's a bad option, to be honest. And well done for you, as he continues to score well. I mean, Nank, if we look back here, Nankervis, has he gone tons the whole way through? He had a 94, which wasn't a ton, and aside from that, he's gone hundreds all the way through, so he was still a good ruckman, and yeah, so that was a good option for anyone that switched. I mean, what's his ownership? Probably 0.5% or something. 3.02%, so that was all right. Prestia 87, he survived, didn't get a hamstring tear. Baker 86, his role is just so inconsistent. Bolton 85, just don't like him. Short 85, his role is inconsistent again, which is disappointing, as if he had that full-time back role, I think he'd be going 105, 110, but he just doesn't. McIntosh, Rioli, Broad, Bolter, Cochin, Martin, Ross, Clark, Samson Ryan made 60 at the end. So still lost a little bit of cash, but wasn't as terrible as I thought he'd be. If we go here to Samson Ryan, where is he here? 451k. So I probably could have traded other people out, but so be it, I guess. And I guess I got Ramsden. I could have easily probably gotten a Freo Ruckman, but that would have been guessing. And probably should have gotten a Carlton Ruckman, as they're having a lot of ruck issues now. But I just didn't want to jump on McAndrew, as I have a strong belief that Buller will come in and replace McAndrew straight up, and that would be a waste of like 50, 60k getting McAndrew in, when I can just grab that 200, grab a 200 or 203k guy in Ramsden, who Ramsden has the potential to play as well, and grab that up. As well as considering there also is ruck problems. They don't really like Meek at the moment, the way he's playing, and Ned Reeves is the standout guy, so you need a secondary ruck, and I think Ramsden is a forward, so you could do that, I think, but we'll see if they persist with the likes of Meek. But yeah, Samson Ryan might have been a miss, but could also be a hit if Ramsden comes back and plays, as he could easily go up and get some more cash gen. Ralph Smith, Pickett, Graham, Grimes, Young, Mansell, and Cumberland, so nothing else really to report there. And yeah, that's basically the video there. So that was my GWS versus Richmond game review, and how Taranto, Green starred in the game, basically, did their thing, and I got good score out of Whitfield as well in the end, even after his fail of the first half. So that was just good scoring for me, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.